Welcome. In this video I'm going to be taking a look at this GCI Outdoor Slim Fold Cook Station. So if you find this video helpful, I'll put a link to this in the description, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this is a sort of folding table that is catered towards camping. It has a surface on top where you could put, say, like a camp stove or something, and then it has some fold-out wings where you could put plates, dishes, food, things like that. So the frame is made of powder-coated steel. The top is aluminum. The weight limit on the top is 48 pounds, and then there's a rack below, and the weight limit on that is 35 pounds. And it has 4 fold-out tables, and those are 30 pounds each weight limit. According to the Amazon description, it's 20.9 by 52 by 32.3 inches open, and 20.9 by 3.7 by 34.6 inches folded. And the weight is 18.9 pounds. So let's get it open and take a look. So I don't see any instructions in the box. This does have a carry handle on it, so you can carry it like this. Looks like there are instructions here. I'm just unfolding it. I'm just pulling it apart. So it came with this one-sided instruction sheet. It says begin with the carry handle facing towards you. Hold upright with a hand on each side of the frame. Push the sides apart until they won't go further. Push the storage rack down to lock it in place. Lift the right side of the aluminum tabletop and lock it into place by straightening the hinge. Lift the left side of the tabletop and securely fit the right side into the left side. Straighten the hinge to lock. Lift the sides of the table and lock into place by straightening the brace on each side. Repeat for all sides of the table. And then to fold, it says step 1, lower all side tables by pushing down on the gray tabs to release each hinge. Step 2, lower the aluminum top by pushing all 4 of the hinge tabs, then push down on each side of the top. Push up on the storage rack. Place one hand on each side of the frame. Lift up and push in at the same time to fold the frame flat. Okay, and this says side tables 10-pound weight limit. So I think I read 30 in the description. It looks like it's 10. Okay, so I'll finish setting this up. Okay, I have it all the way up. It seems to be pretty sturdy in my few seconds that I've been handling it. I'm going to get my camp stove and we'll set it up on here and see how that looks. Okay, so this is a standard 2-burner camp stove. It uses propane. So the stove fits nicely on the middle here. So this doesn't have propane connected to it. The cylinder would be on the right side, so it would take up a little of the area on the right side. It wouldn't take up that whole tray, but it might take up a little bit of it. But otherwise it seems to fit on there pretty good. So on this right tray here, it has a paper towel holder. It looks like a bungee strap. I have some shop towels. It's pretty much the same as paper towels. I'll install that there. Okay, so let's take a closer look. Here's a side view of the stove fitting on here. So this looks like it was sized to fit this type of stove. Here we have the paper towel holder. It's a bungee. So typically a paper towel roll will be, I don't know, about that thick. So it might rub on here a little bit, but it would probably still fit. And that's just a bungee on these hooks here, and there's hooks on the other corners. So there's nothing really special about this location for this. So you could potentially put a similar setup on the other side. But you could use these hooks to hang utensils, tongs, things like that. And all 4 of these trays are the same, so you could hang things all over it. It has these little recesses here that you could put stemware in, and it has cup holders here. So you could fit 2 cups here, and that's longer, so you could put silverware in there or something like that. And these are plastic here. These are the braces. So to take these down, I'll press in on these and then this whole thing will collapse. So it has those on the 4 trays on the side. It has on the middle top, it has that. And then on that bottom rack, you just lift up on it. So when I put this together, this wasn't perfectly aligned. I did have to kind of push it into place. I don't know if it got bent or if that's just normal manufacturing tolerances. It wasn't a big deal. It seems very sturdy now that I have it together. So this is held up with these braces here, and then one side of the top has this piece of metal here to support the middle, and that keeps it very even. Now, of course, you don't have to put the whole thing together. If you're just using your stove, you could collapse, you know, some of the trays like that, and that would have a smaller footprint, so it would take up a lot less space, like so. And this is also sized to be able to put a small cooler in the middle. So you could set your cooler in there, and that's my cue to go get my cooler. I'll go grab it. So this is the cooler I have. Might be a little big. It looks like I can fit it in here like so, and I can't open it. It was a little tricky to get in there because you have to tilt it sideways. If it's full of ice and water, that probably wouldn't work out super well. If you had two people, you could actually tip the whole table over when you set it up and get the cooler in there pretty easily. It would also be a little easier to put a cooler in there if you had a slightly smaller cooler. But I don't know that we'll keep the cooler in there. I don't know if that's a good location for us. And we tend to bring a larger cooler anyway. Again, the construction on here is steel for the frame, aluminum for the top, and plastic for the sides. So I think this will be a nice addition to our camp equipment. We tend to camp from a car, so we'll drive to a campsite, we'll unload our car. Oftentimes the campsites will have picnic tables and such, but you want to sit at those while you're eating. It'll be nice having this kitchen here so we can set our stove up on here. We can, you know, prepare food over here and have things ready, prepped to go. Now, some things to consider here is that these are plastic, so if you take a hot pot off of the stove, you're not going to want to set them on there. You could potentially put a metal pan on here with a cooling rack on top of it, and that would reflect enough of the heat probably to keep it from melting. So that's the GCI Slim Fold Cook Station. That's all I'm going to cover in this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye.